Let's just wait a second. So now we are live both on YouTube and on Facebook. I am Patricia Misakian, and I'm very, very happy to be here for this masterclass, like live masterclass today. This is a second class on intuition. A few weeks ago, we did a class on intuition, and I share a lot. So it's a great class for you to get familiar with. I'm going to touch up a little bit that we touched last time, and today I wanted to really talk about the four main clairs that you develop. Once you start developing your clairs, you are able to connect and hear your intuition at a deeper level. So as you are here today, let me know, drop down below any questions you may have about intuition. All right, so as I have a few points that I want to touch, but as we go in at the end, I want to answer all your questions. So one of the first things, and I did talk about that on our first live, I just want to touch it very quickly, is that everyone is intuitive, right? The reason that most people are not aware that the intuition is communicating with them, it's simply because they are just too busy. So no matter where you are, the first step to connect to your intuition, to develop, or to anything in life is to create space for that you desire, right? If you, I had a client a few weeks ago, and she, the reason she scheduled a session is to create space for a ideal relationship for her. And as we are talking, I'm like, I work with physical and intuitive, right? So we are talking about, create space in your house for this person. And it was interesting. She was like, well, no, yeah, I'm good on that because I'm buying a new house. So I'm ready to design a house. So that is his and her sink, and that is his office, my office. And then now, interesting enough, she didn't have time for that person. As we explore in the session, she was working from like early in the morning until 8 p.m. And she wasn't even having on her calendar time to spend with her children. And she wanted to bring someone else into that relationship, into that, into that energy, into that confusion, right? So where in your life, so now I'm moving to you, like in connecting to intuition, you wanted to connect to intuition, you want to develop your intuition, but are you creating space for it? And when I say space is practicing and, spending some downtime in your day, starting your day and setting an intention to, no matter what you do, no matter where you go, to also pay attention, to also be fully present in your body. So create the commitment to create a space to develop intuition, or to, whatever is if your desire is other, I trust that this life is also going to support in other areas in your life. What are you saying you want, but you're not creating space for it? Right? So clear energetically what is, blocking the flow in your life, right? Whatever that is. So very, very important for you to create space for it. And to cultivate that space, there are many different ways. I don't feel there is one right way, or, one way or the highway. No, there are many different ways. And that's why in everything in life, you get connected to what calls you, because there is, like an energetic alignment, right? My dear client today that we are doing a session today, she was ready, she's preparing to start giving sessions, and at the same time, everyone at some point, especially when you're trying a new skill. I see that all the time with my Akashic Records students. When you're doing something new, it's natural that the fear will show up. Am I doing it right? You know, can I really support someone? But it's very, very important to notice that. Notice when you are doing those self-sabotage thoughts and come back to the alignment that you're always in the perfect time. And the people that will flow towards you will, is there because they need to receive from you, your healing, your sessions, your coaching, whatever it is that you offer. So remember, if you have the desire to connect to intuition, your intuition also, what you desire desires you. So trust that simple desire to connect to intuition, to learn to access the Akashic Records, to learn how to create a successful business, all those things that come to you, it's coming because that is what desires you too. There is a version of you that is already experiencing that. And you just need to start taking the right steps to get there. So happy to see you, Safrina. Welcome, welcome. So very important, create space to it and, set the intention to connect to intuition in that space. For you, maybe meditating. For what the way that I teach my students is through running energy and listening to their body. Start noticing their feelings, start being hyper present in their body, and also present to what shows up in their lives, right? Pay attention to life when life is speaking to you. This morning, I had dropped my children. I'm so excited. The big news over here in the Misakian home is that now my two children go to the same school. What? It's so awesome. Very happy. For those of you that are parents that have to drop children in two different schools, I had the drop-off shift. My 5-year-old is already going to the same place as my son. So yay. So they're going to camp together. And following that, they're going to school together. So big day here today. Very happy. And so when I came back home, I stopped at 7-Eleven. I wanted to buy some water and some other things. And so I was in the cashier, and someone came to me and gave me exactly what I needed. It was amazing. So very, very cool. So why? Because I'm every day connecting to my intuition, and I'm every day really open to see what is beyond what I'm used to see, what is beyond what my eyes can see. So I can see, feel, know, and hear from all my senses. And that's what I wanted to talk to you about today. I want to talk about the 4 clairs, the 4 main clairs that you will develop as you connect to intuition. Now, I say 4 main clairs. There are different clairs. The 4 main ones that are the easiest for you to connect with and to develop are your clairvoyant, like the ability to see. And when I say see, you see with your inner eye. It doesn't mean that you're going to see in the way that you're used to see. Some people do, but I feel like there is these misconceptions that when you start developing intuition, you think you're going to see in a particular way, like a person here. Some people do, but not everybody. And the best way that you can relate to your intuition is to honor how it comes to you. Honor what comes in the way that comes, and not in the way that you think you should receive. Because anytime you do that, anytime you are blocking what you're receiving because you want it in a different way, you self-sabotage yourself and you delay your process, right? So it's an exercise of trust. It's an exercise of being and an exercise of surrender, all at the same time. So when when you join a program, there is a particular test, like a simple quiz that you come, you exercise the quiz, and you notice, if you are more, if clairvoyant is the one that you have higher, or clairaudient, or clairsentia, or claircognition. I'm going to explain what they are very soon. But, and then you discover which one is yours. And then there is particular exercises that you can do to develop them. Now, the reason that I teach that way is because it's a lot easier for you to develop what you already have a particular ability to it than something that it's not very big for you right now. Does it mean if you start developing one particular clair, you're never going to be able to access the other clairs? Of course not. What I found in my experience, I was born as a clairsentia. So basically, clairsentia is the clair that you feel deeply in your body information. Most people that are clairsentia, they will be next to someone and they will be confused if they don't know that they are clairsentia, they're a strong clairsentia. They not going to know where their feelings are coming from, because it's coming from the vibration. They are like little sponges. So it's coming from everyone around them, people's thoughts, people's energies, people's fears. So you get all that information and you don't know what to do with it. So I was born highly sensitive as a clairsentia. And I, was very, very sensitive. And I didn't know that, that's what was happening for me. I just thought there was something wrong, or people in my family thought there was something wrong, that I had to, stop being so emotional. And it was something that I could not understand, and I could not even deal with it. And as I grew up, and my father was a spiritist, so very in connection with shamanism, and so he helped me to be exposed to this at a very early age, to this the world beyond what you think that exists for you, right? So so that is something that not everybody had access. So you may had to shut down for some reason, right? And the way to reopen that path for you is just, number one, intention, setting the space and practicing, developing that muscle of intuition by discovering which one is the clairs that is easier for you to develop. Now, does it matter if you are, so what happened for me, when I was about 20 years ago, I started developing my clairvoyance, right? Yet my clairvoyance, as I was developing my clairvoyance, it was my feelings like just came up right together. And then after that, my hearing and my knowing also, joined the boat. But, for that said, it doesn't matter which one you choose. You choose one, it's a lot easier for you to allow the others one to get on the boat, right? So the clairsentia, it's feeling. So, for example, if you're an Akashic Records practitioner and you're going to feel in your body the information that needs to be expressed for the client. And of course, I'm going to teach you how to bring that particular clair to your, to bring a message that the client needs. When you are clairvoyant, you are seeing from your inner eye. There are images or movies or very vivid memories that come to you as a way for your intuition to connect and communicate with you. Clairaudience, you hear, right? You hear the information. You may hear your guides. Now, in the beginning, or even it could be that's how you hear your clairvoyance. It could be your own voice speaking to you, right? But it's coming through your wisdom, coming through your higher self, but it may not come as an outside voice, right? And in my experience, there was a time I was preparing, you know, I like writing little bullets before I do a live, when I come to teach for you. I was remembering one time, I think I was maybe 16 years old, and I was in Brazil, took a class somewhere, and I had to get a bus to go home. And I was waiting for the bus, and the bus stop in Brazil. You know, Brazil, there's a lot of bureaucracy, you know, sometimes bus take forever. But I was like ready, the bus came. And as I was coming in, two people got in the bus, and I just got this voice from outside of me that was like, no, you don't go in this bus. And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna take forever for the other bus to come. But I listened, right? So I didn't go into the bus. And I came home, and in the newspaper, that bus, you know, there was these people that got into the bus, and it's still everybody that was in the bus, right? So I usually don't get that voice outside of me. But there are moments in life that when your life is at risk, or when something is at risk, you will hear, right? And it's very, very important to trust it, right? Trust the voice, and don't take the chance, right? So by developing your intuition, it's so important, not only for work, not for people that just wanted to work with it, but also for every single area in your life. So that would be the clairaudience. It would be like, you know, either hearing a voice inside of you that come as your own wisdom, and a voice from outside of you. Claircognance. Claircognance are, it's declared that you just know information. So you will know, if you give a session to someone, you're going to know exactly, you know, what needs to be transmitted. Now, what's very, very interesting in my experience with claircognance as students is that claircognants are brilliant. They just have that, when your main clair is claircognant, just have that sharp knowingness. But at the same time, it's for people that are claircognant, it's so important to work your mind, because your mind is always going to doubt, right? And it is an exercise of trust, especially for claircogs. Claircogs are always like, you know, worrying about every single, you know, component, every single thing, and doubt themselves, and creating loops. And so if you let your mind, is going to continue blocking you from developing your intuition. And so we talk about the clairsentient, we talk about the clairaudient. Clairsentient is feeling, clairaudient is hearing, clairvoyant is seeing, and claircognant is knowing. Now, let me know if you have questions as we're going through, and I'd love to answer your questions. I do have to close within 30 minutes today. It's a busy Tuesday, but one very important thing is, okay, so how do you develop, right? Now, in about a week, I believe it's going to be July 21st, which is going to be next Thursday. Yeah, next Thursday. I'm doing a powerful masterclass. And, you know, I like to call it create the life you desire with the Akashic Records and your intuition. Because when you go and get any intuitive session, right, the way that I see it, nothing is set in stone. There are right now so many probabilities of what is possible for you to manifest in your life, right? There are all versions that you are living these versions. You happen to be aware and awake to this particular version, but there is 1,000 other versions. I like to call the Akashic Records is, imagine a house with 1,000 rooms, and every single room you enter, there is a possibility, right? And as you hone in that vibration and you hone in that energy, you just have to keep moving forward towards that possibility that exists for you. So future is not set in stone. Yet, when you learn to develop your intuition and connect to your Akashic Records, you connect to the vibration of possibilities. And all you need to do is take one step in front of other with that energy and the vibration, the possibilities that are in your records. So this masterclass is going to be a lot of fun. And in this masterclass, I'm going to also deliver a powerful Akashic clearing. That is a session where I'll connect to my healing guides in the Akashic Records of the group. And I'm going to help you to release the blocks for you to connect and develop your intuition. So, and the most powerful thing that happens is, even though it's a group session, what is fascinating is that everyone that gets attracted to participate in this masterclass is going to receive the healing that it needs. And every time I set the energy and I open, a gift of a masterclass like that, it's so interesting. That is a core energy for the group, that everyone that shows up, it's ready for this transformation. So if you feel the call, that I know that you do, make sure to hold your seat. I think the link is up here. And in this session, in this Akashic clearing, we're going to help you to let go of what is blocking you today for accessing your intuition. Now, of course, you have to continue practicing, right? By either running energy, by working with us if you choose to. But it's a matter of, having the consistency and the practice and continue using your muscle of intuition, right? So I want you to leave with one thing, which is between today and our class, I want you to, number one, be fully aware in your body and spend some time being. You can run energy that is very powerful, because as you run energy and you're fully present in your body, you observe your thoughts, you observe your body. If your body, if you notice an area in your body tensing it up, right, you can just look into the infographic that I share for you and just connect with that energy, connect to that feeling, explore, set the time to be with yourself, with your intuition. Create space for your intuition to start connecting with you. So set an intention and ask a question, whatever that is for you. And we talked about that in the last live. Before you go to sleep, I think we talked about that in the last live. Before you go to sleep, call your higher self. Call your higher self and ask your higher self, I would like to receive an answer for this question. I would like to receive a sign for this situation. And then be fully aware in the next day for when that shows up in your life. So that's what I had for you for today. Feel free to comment below if you have any questions. I'm going to have a sip of water. I'm here both in the YouTube and on Facebook. So let me see. If you are on YouTube, let me go in and see if there is questions. If you are on YouTube, let me go in and see. That was my clone. Okay, there is no questions here on your YouTube. All right, so something's happening. All right, we're good here. Hi, Safrina. So Safrina said that Patricia is an amazing teacher. You guys save your seats. Oh, you're so adorable. Thank you. Talking about that, Sabrina, I don't know if you saw, I'm starting to write a few. I'm going to all my past classes for the Akashic Records certification program students. For those of you that don't know, a few weeks ago, we lost our old YouTube channel. So that means that the live mentoring calls were deleted. And so because of that, I am setting a new class that we're going to start, a new Akashic Records certification program, beginning of end of this month, beginning of next month. I'm looking at the calendar, but this masterclass, we're gonna also open the enrollment for the Akashic Records certification program. So those that are called to not only work with the Akashic Records, because that is, as my intention as I open the Akashic Records Institute, it's so much more than learning about accessing the Akashic Records and learning about giving powerful Akashic Record sessions. This program is going to support you to connect to your soul purpose, and also to create a business that is in alignment with your soul purpose, which means you're not, the Akashic Records is just a tool. But what you also get in the program is how you can become unique in your field by using the tool of the Akashic Records, but what your clients are coming for you, the transformation that you provide your clients, it's so much more. It's so much more. And that's what I will support you in this program that is going to start, because the reason that, this training impacted the lives of so many people, it's not the Akashic Records. If you Google Akashic Records, if you, only 14,000 people are interested in the Akashic Records, because it's not what they are looking for. What they are looking for is a transformation that you have to bring forth. But by connecting to your soul purpose through your Akashic Records in this program, in this particular vibration that we're going to help you with, that's what's going to make you attract the right people, the people that are really here for you to support. So make sure to save a seat. I do have an appointment right now, so I'm going to close it right now. And I'm looking forward to see you again. I'm having a lot of fun. So we're probably going to leave Tuesdays as the day that we do the Facebook Lives. I wanted to set a time to connect with you. There is a few posts where I ask you, what would you like me to bring for you in this Facebook Lives? Anything is up for grabs. So ask for what you want and you shall receive. So I love you, and I wish you an amazing week. I may do a surprise live tomorrow. I'm going to go see Amma, so I'm going to give you a live from that vibration. So I'll see you tomorrow, probably. I would trust that we are going to have internet signal there. So I don't want to promise, but I trust that will be possible. So if it is, I'll connect with you tomorrow. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you guys soon.